Today's scripture passage comes from Luke's Gospel, the 10th chapter, and it is a passage, an event that's well known to most of us. From Luke's Gospel, and it's the story about when Jesus went to visit his dear friends, Martha and Mary and their brother Lazarus. And it seems that Jesus was having conversation with those who had gathered, and his dear friend Mary sat at his feet and listened to him. Meanwhile, Martha was very busy doing those things to provide a wonderful hospitality, to serve and to clean. And while she was doing all this, she peeped into the other room and saw Mary sitting there not helping her, getting a little bit irritated about this. Martha sticks her head in the living room and says, "Jesus, would you please tell my sister to help me?" And Jesus turns to Martha and says, "Oh, for crying out loud, Martha, you worry about so many things. Mary has chosen wisely, and it won't be taken away from her." Now, it seems a bit harsh, doesn't it, that Martha was doing those good things, the right things, helping and serving and doing that which we're called to do, and that's to be good, hospitable servants. And yet, Christ does not reprimand her. He just points her into another direction. And that's really how we must see it, because our lives are filled with being Martha, sometimes Mary. And what Jesus is saying to her and to us, it is okay to do those right things, but those right things must be done at the right time. See, listening to Christ at this moment was what should have been done, the right thing at the right time. And it's not saying that Martha was doing the wrong thing, but she was doing the right thing at the wrong time. All too often, that's what invades our opportunities to be with Christ. It's invaded by what we perceive as being the right thing. And one of the things that is probably the most difficult thing to do is to know that Christ is always the right time to do the right thing. And it doesn't mean that Martha and Mary and in today's society, the men that were there shouldn't have helped. But that could have been done later. You see, the dishes were always going to be there. But Christ might not be. And our time with Christ to pray and to be with him should always take precedence. And it is what you and I constantly struggle with, doing the right thing at the right time and recognizing what the right thing is. There's so many stories that we all have in our lives when instead of going to church or taking the time to pray, something takes precedence. It's not wrong, but it's not the right time. There's always that moment when our children want to go to their soccer games instead of going to church. Change the soccer game, because the right thing is to teach them what the right thing is and what the right time is to do the right thing. And as always, Lord, what are we going to do today?